Hi guys, this is Kate again from Soul Explorer. Whew, just rushed in from a busy day because I was really looking forward to doing this video again for you today. Okay, so today we're all about that life path 4. So again, as usual, if you don't know what your life path is, or you don't know how the numbers are calculated, or what an expression number is, or what a known name number is, look at my video that I did first, which is calculating the core numbers. I'm going to put that in the description box for you. But today we're focusing on that life path 4. Okay, so the life path 4, your chosen mission, if you choose to accept it, which you already have for this lifetime, is to work out issues around stability and process and building a secure foundation as well. Okay, so you're here to achieve stability and security by following a planned process towards your goals. You need to be organised, structured, and have a plan. We all need a plan to get towards those goals. You need to achieve inner stability, physically, emotionally, and mentally, before you can achieve that stability in the world. And you'll find that with other paths as well, like life path 8. You need inner abundance really before you can experience material abundance in the world. So for you, as a life path 4, a stable foundation is key. You're good at earning money and you've got plenty of strength in the world when you really put your mind to it. You bring stability to dynamic forces. See, the life path 1 is very dynamic. They're the one that come up with the initial idea, the initial spark, the initial uniqueness which starts off the process. The life path 2 then supports that process and is the person behind the scenes making that, helping that bring that idea into the 4. And the 3 expresses that idea into the world and shows the world what this idea is. But the 4 then brings that idea into a foundation, maybe into a business or into a process, which makes the whole system from the idea upwards secure and tight. And that's what the life path 4 does. They bring stability to the dynamism of ideas and support and expression, and puts it into a secure package which has longevity. That's the best way I can describe that for you. You're very committed to your career, but also your home and relationships, because your home is where your security is. It's where you put down your roots, and that's what a life path 4 must do to achieve that security and stability that they crave. Okay. Struggling to change the screen now. Okay, if we can get where we're going. Okay, so a life path 4 vibrating highly, that knows what they're at, basically. They're saying, I've got a couple of sayings on this slide, but proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's key for a life path 4. Plan, prepare, and that achieves good performance. Persevere through those difficulties. They don't run away easily. You know, if something goes wrong, they'll figure out a way to get through it. Secure foundations require a careful process. So you can't be secure in whatever you do, whatever idea or thing that you're trying to make secure. You need a careful process to make sure that happens. Some life path 4s have some issues with people in their life, especially people from their past. It's important that a strong 4 has cleared these issues with people from their past to help strengthen their foundation. So most importantly, and I should have put this higher up the list really, is to have a plan and follow it through with persistence. No giving up. Persevere through those difficulties, like point 2. So for success, you need that clear intent, focused effort over time. Mustn't cut corners, mustn't slack off, must keep going. Another saying, I said there'd be 2 in this slide, slow and steady wins the race. Make sure you follow every step of your process or plan with persistence and method. Have patience. Don't rush, because if you rush, you'll cut corners. And if you cut corners, the foundation is not so good. So that's important for you, Life Path 4s. Keep that process step by step. Slow and steady. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It will be stronger for it. Okay? So you build in an orderly manner because of that structure and process. And again, no skipping steps, or sometimes you can get stuck on one point and be a bit obsessive about it, and then you still don't move forward. Right, so moving on. Have I done that one? I'm going backwards again. What's the matter with me today? As a Life Path 4, what do you bring? So as I've already said, you achieve a stable, secure foundation by having a plan, persevering and patiently following that gradual process towards your goals with patience, as I've just said to you. To have goals and a step-by-step plan towards that achievement, and this is what you have if you're in your high vibration. You're able to analyse and structure material and ideas and break it down into its component parts, which helps you then put that idea into practical application. You do like to put those theories into practical application, because for you, if it can't be practically applied, that theory is rubbish. And you know, there's a lot of truth in that. Right, so you are excellent. Those skills give you excellent business skills, especially in property and finance, because of your ability to analyse detail and pull it all together, pull all that detail together into a decent idea that can be put into reality. You are a builder and a founder of corporations and empires. You could be a 4, would be at the head of an empire. Like I'm pretty sure that Bill Gates is a 4 life path, and he's built that empire from scratch. So the 4 is determined to succeed. To build an empire, you've just got to be determined to succeed. Hardworking and focused. Again, if you want to succeed, you've got to be hardworking and focused. You've got to have ambition and strength, vigour and fortitude to keep going. You thrive on responsibility, and you want to do things yourself. You don't want anyone doing things for you. You know what you're doing. So in your home life, that makes you a great parent. You're quite a strict parent, I would imagine, quite logical, not so emotional. You like the family and the foundations and the strength and security it brings you. Again, you've got a lot of strength, vigor, ambition and fortitude. You're very loyal, dependable, reliable, committed and compliant. This is all part of your security. You like to know what's happening. You like to be dependable, and you like to depend on others, because that makes you feel secure, people. Let's see if I can change slides properly this time. Is it this way or that way? Yes! Well done. So, your challenges that go along with your Life Path 4 is that you can be rigid in your ideas and stubborn. You know, even if somebody gives you an idea that maybe you could be wrong, you can stubbornly stick to that idea. No, I'm right. You know, you 4s can be very, very right, even when everything points to you not being quite right. But on the other side of the scale, you are actually insecure about your beliefs at times, even though you fight for them and you'll fight that point to the death. You are underneath it all quite insecure. Maybe arguing helps you try and deal with that insecurity. I don't know. That's possibly. Stubborn resistance and holding on to the past. As I said earlier, you can sometimes bring issues from people in the past with you, and be a bit stubborn and tight and rigid about it. Let go, 4s. You know, you need to let go of your past, otherwise you're going to struggle to move on. You overanalyze when you're making decisions, very much so, which can really stop you from taking action. It's that point I discussed earlier about getting stuck on one point. You can overanalyze that point and then end up getting stuck. They're very much workaholics, because that need for security can sometimes mean that you never feel you have enough. Okay, you need to have that feeling of abundance, that you do have enough, otherwise you could slip into workaholic tendencies. When you're feeling a bit slacky as a 4 or your energy is quite low, you can be a bit lazy, you can skip steps. As much as you can obsess on one step, you can also skip steps to try and sort of make the process easier for you. You can be overly responsible to the point of irritation, or totally and completely forgetful and irresponsible. On the opposite side of being a workaholic, on the continuum, you can be the other way. You can be low energy, you can be lazy, you can be directionless, and you can just be sitting there, you know, things will just work out, you know. But things don't tend to work out that way, unfortunately. I wish it did. As I said earlier, you cling to believe that things work out on their own, and it can help with this directionness and this laziness. And the opposite of perseverance, which can be a big strength for you, you also have the opposite issue where you can give up easily when the going gets tough, which means you end up never putting down roots anywhere or moving forward with anything. And it means you end up dependent on others to be looked after because you haven't built your own secure foundation. You need to ground your energy and commit, which means persevering through the good and the bad. Put them roots down, because when the going gets tough, you need to persevere and keep going. Otherwise, that commitment and those roots will never be achieved. And without that foundation, without those roots, you'll never grow. Okay, it's really important. Okay, so a lot of life path 4s I've met are very emotionally stoic, but I've also seen and can attest to stoicism can turn into hysterics at times, and you can really see an extremely emotional side of a 4, or again on the continuum you can tip the other way and become totally emotionally distant, and you're not all that happy around you're socially awkward in social situations because of what I've said before, especially if you're emotionally distant or you find it difficult to express yourself. Okay, but I've been talking about the 4. Some people are a straight life path 4, and in which case just those previous slides relate to you. But many people they're a 4, but they're a 4 with 2 sub-lessons in front of it. So they're not the same 4 as each other. They're all 4s, but they're different 4s, okay? So I'm not going to start with the 4 because that's what I've just been talking about for the last 12 minutes. I'm going to start now with the 13 4. So to be the best life path 4 you can be, you need to follow the steps ahead of the 4. They're like sub-lessons, but I like to consider them steps to help you achieve the type of 4 that you need to be. Okay, so the 1 3 4. So I'm going to start off. The 1 3 4 is actually a karmic debt, but I'm going to start off by analysing this life path first. So because it's the most significant sub-lesson, I'm starting with the 3. Because it's closer to the /, as I said in other videos. So to be the best life path 4 you can be, which is the most important number, is the life path here. Excuse me. So to be the best life path 4 you can be in this incarnation, you need to express yourself with heartfelt emotional sensitivity to inform, inspire and entertain, which is the energy of the 3, with the most significant sub-lesson, whilst having the confidence and independence to express your unique ideas, which is the 1. Okay, so those 2 elements will help make you the best life path 4 you can be if you're a 1 3 4. But there's a big job adding to this life path because you do have a karmic debt. And this means you're an old soul, 1 3 4. If you're a life path 1 3 4, you've lived before. But unfortunately, in previous lifetimes, you've abused the energy of the 4 a little. You've not worked very hard. You've been dominated by laziness, taking advantage of others, making bad choices, really. The easy way, taking the easy way out. The 4 energy is about focus, stability, hard work and discipline. And in this lifetime, because of previous life issues, you have to work really hard as a 134, probably harder than all the other life path 4s. So it's really important that you develop a work ethic and apply yourself and work hard. Take on a bigger share of the workload at times. Well, all the time really, life path 134. Focus and pay attention to detail, really important. Resist that urge to be lazy and take shortcuts. Ask yourself, am I following a step-by-step process in pursuit of my goals? Or am I sitting around letting my life just float away from me and letting everyone do things for me? How much are you taking control? Do I let self-doubt and insecurity stop me from pursuing my goals? It could be that. It might not be laziness. You might be doubting yourself a little. And what have you done, 4s, to explore your creative potential? These are great questions for a lot of 4s to ask themselves, but especially the life path 4, because you have a big karmic debt to meet in this life path, in this incarnation, because of your karmic debt. So working hard and having a detailed process towards your goals is vitally important. Next life path. Now, this is a 22. Now, this is going to be on my master life path video as well, because it's a double energy of a 2, it's the 22 here more than the 4 that has more importance. So, as I've said, normally the numbers to the left are the sub-lessons. They're the steps towards the more important life path. But when it comes to a double energy of a number, these 2 numbers are more important. If you're a life path 22-4, you have double the need of the 2. So if you're not sure about the 2 life path, look at my previous video on the number 2. So you have double the need to be a 2, double the need to serve, cooperate, work as part of a team, develop your social skills, be the tactful, be the mediator. But for the 4, for the 22-4, you're not just doing that for yourself or for the people around you. This is a master. You're doing this for the benefit of mankind. You're the ultimate architect and the builder of processes, businesses and structures. And because you're a double energy of a 22, the veil between you and the spirit world is thinner. You're very likely to have very intuitive, perceptive abilities, and a lot of psychic intuition comes from the 11, the 12, 11, the 22 and the 33 master energies. Okay, so we have to still mention the 4 here because it is the life path. But for a double master 22 energy or a double 1, it means that the 4 energy that you're here to achieve is at a higher vibrational level. You're not here to be a bog standard 4. You're here to be a higher vibrational 4 because of the double energy ahead of it. Okay, so if you're a 22-4 energy, you're a planner with excellent attention to detail. This is all 4, okay? Ensuring that no corners are cut so that everything you build has a strong, secure foundation. Very 4, okay? But you do this with the 22 energy, which is more important, by skillfully bringing people together and working together to bring that structure, to bring that process all to fruition. Okay, so you are the ultimate builder of corporations, the 22, and you have added skills that the 4, the normal bog standard 4, doesn't have. But you still have all the issues that a 4 may have. So you may have potential to struggle with rigidity, stubbornness. You can either be a workaholic or extremely lazy and a corner cutter or directionless. You can be any one of those on the continuum and you still have the same difficulties. In fact, you have more difficulties because being a master energy is not difficult. You have much more to achieve, and the energy that you receive from the universe gives you incredible nervous tension, and it can cause a lot of 22s to really struggle. So this, I consider the 22-4 to be the most difficult life paths to achieve in the whole of numerology, but not everyone would agree with me on that, but that's just what I believe. Okay, 31-4. Okay, because it's the most significant sub-lesson again, I'm starting with the 1 because it's closest to the /. So to be the best life path 4 you can be in this incarnation, you must be a leader. That's the 1. To create something unique, new and innovative with confidence, and then express your ideas to the world verbally or artistically. Okay, that's to do that is the 3-1, to be the best 4 you can be. So as a 4, like with all 4s, you're here to achieve stability, security by following a planned process towards your goals, being organised, structured and having a plan. Important that you follow this plan persistently without cutting corners, but you also then, bringing in your sub-lessons, use your unique creative ideas of the 1 and express those ideas with sincere emotional sensitivity. So if you're a 31-4 energy in the positive, again, you're a planner. Like the average 4, you're a planner with excellent attention to detail, ensuring that no corners are cut. Anything you build has a strong, secure foundation, but also you have excellent new ideas that you present to the world with skill and charisma. So you have the ability to not only bring that idea, present that idea, but then also build a structure around that idea that can make you really good from starting an idea from scratch and building it into a business by yourself. I mean, everyone needs a team around them, but you have varied skills in order to bring that idea, express that idea, and then wrap that idea with a strong foundation. Okay. Last but not least, the 44. Okay. So again, because it's the most significant sub-lesson, I'm starting with the 0. Now, as with the 33 and the 22, it's not the 0 isn't a number energy in itself. It serves to intensify the 4 energy, okay? And it also gives you some added skills like added intuition, perception, and you can read between the lines a little bit more when you've got that 0 in your life path, and as well as increasing the intensity of the number 4 before it. So as with an average 4, you're a pure 4, a very strong and enhanced 4, here to achieve stability and security by following a planned process towards your goals, as before, organised, structured, having a plan. You need to follow this plan persistently without cutting corners. Getting a bit repetitive here, but I want to drum this home. But with your 0 in your life path, you can use your intuition and your sensitive perceptions to listen to your inner voice a bit more, okay? Because you'll always do well listening to that inner voice. Any number in numerology would. But you have that, a bit more of that ability to listen to your inner voice. Like the 22. You're a 31-4 energy in the positive. Again, like the 4, means you're a good planner. Attention to detail is strong. You don't cut corners. You build a strong, secure foundation. You have excellent new ideas that you present to the world with skill and charisma. As a 31-4 energy, though, again, you have the potential to be a little bit self-involved. 4s can be a bit socially isolated because they're not keen on social situations. Struggle a bit as a normal 4 with rigidity and stubbornness, and swinging between the possibility of being a workaholic or on the other extreme, scattered, forgetful, lazy and corner cutting. So I hope you've enjoyed my video. There was a lot of repetition, but when I'm mentioning all the life paths, that tends to happen. I want to make sure that you've got a thorough and comprehensive knowledge of all the paths. So if you've enjoyed my video, please like my video, click that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel, because I'm quite new to YouTube and you know, I've got very little subscribers at the minute, so take pity on me. Also click that bell icon so you're up to date with my latest posts. If you've got any questions, you can visit my website, which is still under construction, which I've said a lot in all my previous videos, or email me personally at katie@soulexplorer.net. I'm also on Facebook under Soul Explorer, Instagram under Soul Explorer Kate. Following this links that I've put here will work. I'm also on LinkedIn and Twitter, so you can see me on any of these, and I post pretty much every day on all of them. So it was great talking to you again today. My next video will be the life path 5, and then when I've done all the life paths all the way up to 33, I've got oodles of other ideas for you. So don't forget to like my videos and click that bell icon so you don't miss any of my content. Hope to see you soon. Bye guys.